Got 3 words for you on this Friday. Clean it up. Household clutter is not fun for anyone, but cleaning up does not have to be bad. It doesn't have to be a bad word.
Be so confident in God's plan that you don't even get upset anymore when things don't go your
All right, so professional organizer Katina Boyd shows how she did all of this clutter cleanup in this TikTok video. Her best piece of advice is to do it one room at a time. And so we have Katina live with us right now talking all things decluttering. So here's what we want to do. We want to know how the projects can be a whole lot less cumbersome. How do you start if you're not the organizing type? So you get to ask her questions, 336-379-5775. That way she can answer you right as we go. And she is a professional organizer, which means that you're not having to pay for this free advice, right? So ask so that you can get what you need. All right, so let's talk about just fall decluttering, Katina. Why is fall decluttering important?
Fall decluttering is important because it's a new season and a lot of things are transitioning. Kids are going back to school, schedules are getting more regimented, and it's an excellent time to get organized because as the seasons change, as we go back to a new schedule, we can help ourselves by having things in place. So decluttering really helps you be more organized, but also helps your mental state so that you can go into a new season renewed.
Okay, now when you say declutter and organization, some of us, our
Yes.
skin crawls a little bit because we're like, but I like my stuff.
Right. So I always say to my clients that it's not about getting rid of things, it's about honoring the things that you love. So when we declutter, we actually are going through and editing. We're looking at those things that we wore last season to see, okay, did I wear this? Do I like it? Does it fit? Does it have space in my closet so that I can make room for the things that I really like to wear? So it really going through our clothes and kind of getting things organized just helps us make a better decision in the morning because everything's not there, just the things that we love.
All right, we've got this graphic up right now, and I want to see if we can keep that up. So I want you to talk about it because you have a couple of things that we should declutter. It's not just our wardrobe. There's digital things on there. There's pantry.
Yes, yes, yes. So I always like to tell my families to do a digital declutter, like go through your phone, look at your apps. I'm guilty myself as an organizer of letting those emails kind of pile up. So I always tell people the beginning of the school year is a great time to kind of go through a digital declutter, whether you have children or not. But also, if you do have kids, I recommend that folks do a family email. That way, you use this email just for communications with school or just for communications about things that are medical, and that way everybody can stay on the same page and things don't get lost.
Okay, and when you are saying, declutter the pantry, I am sure that there are things in my pantry that have probably expired, like I don't know how long ago.
Yes. So you want to go through that. One of the things I find in everybody's closet, everybody's pantry, is taco mix. How many taco seasoning packets do we need? And I think because we don't go through our pantry, we go and we keep buying and buying and buying, and we don't know what we have. So the beginning of the school year, the beginning of fall is a great time to go through your pantry so that if you do have to make lunch or you're meal planning and you're getting back things together with your eating, you will know where things are.
All right, so let me ask you this. If we're doing stuff like that, the wardrobe, the pantry, the whatever, are we taking like everything out and making a big old mess like on a table and then putting some stuff back? What are we doing?
Okay, for me, the most effective way to do it is to pull everything out. But we're not just pulling it out and throwing it on the table. When we pull it out, we are itemizing or putting like things with like things. So if I'm in a pantry for some reason and I'm pulling out, I'm gonna pull everything out, but I'm gonna put all the pasta in one area, all the rice in one area, all the chips in one area. That way, when we go to put things back, we go through them and see what things we got to get rid of. But when we go to put things back, they're already kind of grouped where they need to be.
Okay, and you are a pharmacist, so the way that you kind of think about it is the word pills. So let's go through that.
Yes, I think about it in the word peel. So P is pull everything out. And I know that scares people, but it honestly is the very best way to do it. And it could be two different ways. You could say it's itemized things. We're putting like things with like things. So like I just talked about, we're not just putting everything on the table. We're actually pulling it out, looking at it, and then grouping them with other things that they go with. The third one is my favorite, and it's called Let Go with Gratitude. So this is where we really critically evaluate, is this something that I need? Do we even like this? I understand that we spent $7, but do we like this food? Did is somebody allergic to it? Why are we holding on to it if we're not going to eat it? So that's where we let it go with gratitude. And then we can start doing the fun stuff that people want to do, which is label and contain and then style.
Okay, so here's my thing. When I think a lot of people think of organization, they think a lot of time. And I think they
Yes.
think, then I'm going to have to buy things to label it or contain it. So
I always say most people have containers and they feel like when they go to the store, like I'm going to get organized. So I'm going to go to the store and buy containers. And I'm like, absolutely not. What we're going to do first is declutter. And once we declutter, we will see how many containers we actually need. Because of all of my clients, I haven't had one that had a shortage of containers. Oh, they have containers. They're the best.
All right. So we're about, and I know some people are like, oh my gosh, Christmas is so far away, but it's not. So, and people always have lots of decor for Christmas, but I think that Halloween rivals people having decor as well. Is there a way to contain all of the like decor in a way that we know what we have and we're not buying extra, and it's a way to like get it in shape?
Yes. And so what I always tell my clients is go through at the end of a season, go through your decor. There's some things that you might have bought a year ago or 2 years ago that you didn't use this year because you're not doing strawberries this year. You did peaches or whatever. So you go through the past season to make sure there's not anything that you didn't use. It's also a good time to shop because some things may be on clearance if you need something for next year. Then you pull out, once you put those things in a container and label them summer, then you can move on to fall and you pull out the fall stuff that you used last year before you go to the store and buy one other thing. You look at what you have, think about where you want to put it for this year and see, are there some things I don't use? I don't like these anymore. They're broken. We're going to donate or get rid of those before we actually go out and buy something else. And most of the time, you don't need to buy anything else.
Okay.
We all have enough pumpkins.
All right, we're going to start taking your questions when we come back. And I can already tell you there's a couple questions on here about why my significant other keeps so much stuff. So we're going to talk about that when we come back.